This is the Healing Hour for December the 5th, 2017. This is Tyson Bennigan, the Energy Detective, and I'll be live with you for the next hour. So we're standing by for your call and to answer all your requests that have been posted in the Dowsing and Energy Healing closed Facebook group. So there's a number of ways that you can attend. There's a link that you can click wherever you're watching this broadcast. In the comments or the postings for this show is a link that says www.BeLiveTV. Just click that link and you'll come on live and join me on this show. I'll just show you what the link looks like now on the screen. To be a guest on this show, use this link, https://BeLiveTV broadcast healing hour. You'll find that in the comments wherever you actually see the broadcast taking place. The other way you can join me for this hour is phone in toll free in North America, 1-866-369-7464. So once again, this is the Healing Hour with Tyson Bennigan, the Energy Detective, and I'm with you for the next hour. So I noticed that we did have one guest, and they've come and they've gone. So please come on back and join me. And also, any comments that you leave in the Facebook, I will be able to show them on the screen and answer your questions that way as well. So I'm just going to head over to the Energy Dowsing and Energy Healing closed Facebook group and begin to answer some of the questions that came up this week having to do with clearing. So for Personal Clearing Tuesday, what do you want to have help with to clear and let go of today? This could be trauma, unresolved emotions, family of origin, past life, matriarchal or patriarchal lineage, or inner child. And we have two comments and requests. Amanda Gralap says, I need help clearing unresolved emotions and past trauma. Please help. All right, Amanda, we will get to that. And we have one more for Lorenda Diana. Deep sadness when people treat me like a thing. I want to be able to be untouched by it all. Yes. So unresolved trauma and emotion, past life, this life, in the womb, these issues are unresolved conflict that cloud the your present ability to stand in your truth no matter what. So there's a number of ways to do that. If you don't know about the deep clearing, I encourage you to head over www.theenergydetective.ca and look for the deep clearing protocol. When you sign in, after you watch the video, you'll get the text to the deep clearing. It takes you about half an hour to do the clearing. I think there's 64 statements to clear. And once you've done that, you check yourself to see if you're free and clear from any intrusion, both inside of yourself or outside of yourself, by either muscle testing or doing the sway test or dowsing to see if you're free and clear. And if you're not, then do it again. It's a half an hour protocol, and you do it for 21 days straight. If you want to work with me, every 7 days we meet for half an hour, and we go through the protocol and determine which one of the numbers of the 64 statements are germane to your situation, and we shorten it down the time that it takes for you to do the clearing. If you know how to do this on your own, like you know how to get a clear yes or no from muscle testing or the sway test or dowsing, then by all means go ahead and shorten the list for yourself on day 7, day 14, and day 21 you should be free and clear. If you're not, I really highly encourage you to set up an appointment with me because we may need to do some deep clearing, removing toxic emotions, which is a different process. We just do a little deeper work together. So to work with Amanda, after 21 days of clearing, you can then move on to what's called the short clearing or the short form of the deep clearing, which I'm going to use right now, Amanda, to do that clearing that you requested. So I take a pendulum and I'm going to spin it counterclockwise. This is what I learned from Raymond Grace. You can also use a bobber. A bobber is a really nice tool as well. You can use a bobber and go counterclockwise and clear as well. So maybe I'll use the bobber because it's easier to see. So the statement would go, I translate, I, Amanda Gallup, in my holy name, translate, transmute, transfigure, heal, and repair all non-beneficial energies in and around and through my energy field, and I clear myself from any and all sources known or unknown. I ask for the assistance of my light team, my guides, or those I choose to work with on the higher dimensions, and I undertake this clearing through the multidimensional levels of my being, which would be the chakras, and I declare it so be it, it is done. Sometimes it's good to include also the Ho'oponopono prayer, which would go, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, and thank you. And then you end it off by saying, I declare it so be it, it is done. Okay, now if you know how to muscle test or to dowse and get a yes or no, then you would check in and see. So is Amanda free and clear? Yes or no? So the answer is yes. So that clearing helped stabilize her situation in the moment. And if you were having the feeling that this is still unresolved, if you did it for 21 days, that whole intention would be picked up by your subconscious and run 24/7, 365, keeping you free and clear. So that's really how you use the short form. And if you're a member of the Dowsing and Energy Healing closed Facebook group, you can go over to the left-hand column, and in the Files section, you can download that protocol and use it as well. So I'm just going to now head over and put up how you can phone in. So the phone number to ask me any questions or to receive a clearing is toll free 1-866-dowsing. 1-866-dowsing. Or another way to say that is 1-866-369-7464. And that will bring you right onto the call and we can deal with your healing requests. So let's see if we can get this up on the screen. All right, we're going to try and do that. Comment. Show. All right, it doesn't want to show on the screen. So let's see here. Oh, here we go. So toll free, 1-866-dowsing. And that's 369. So that's the wrong number. That's 369-7464. So we'll just hide that and see if we can change that number on the screen there. So you're not dialing the wrong number. All right, so I'm looking forward to having you call in. So that's 1-866-369-7464. All right, so Lorinda Danana, wanted to deal with deep sadness when people treat me like a thing. I want to be able to be untouched by you. The online course that I've created for empaths or for people that are hypersensitive to other people's criticism or feel other people's emotions or feel, the changes in the seasons and the full moon and phenomena around them, those people are called empaths. And they're receiving all this information and makes them feel overburdened with all these different emotions for them to handle. So I created a course that's called Take Back Your Power Now. And by doing that course, which includes the 21-day deep clearing I just talked about, it helps you become a sovereign human being. It helps you know where your boundaries begin and other people's where your boundaries end and other people's boundaries begin. So you know what's yours and what's somebody else's, or what's the planet's energy and what's your energy, or what's the galactic energy and what's your energy. So it helps you be really clear that you're responsible for your energy. You don't need to run other people's energies or deal with process their other emotions through your body. You don't have to deal with other entities or any other intrusions into your energy field. And it allows you to be sovereign. Another way of describing that is it helps you really become grounded in your own body. So I really encourage you, if you're listening to this call and you're an empath or hypersensitive to EMF, electromagnetic frequencies, or cell phones or cell phone towers, other people's thoughts intruding, you hear voices, you have a hard time sleeping at night, you feel overwhelmed by negative forces or energies when you walk into houses. Any of those things are really indications that it's time for you to do the course, Take Back Your Power Now. In 21 days, you'll be able to be in your body comfortably, be able to manage your energy field, and be able to deal with negative feelings directed at you from anybody and everybody, or at least know how to process them. So I really encourage you to learn how to do that. So in the meantime, let's do a clearing for Lorenda around deep sadness. So on behalf of Lorenda, I undertake this clearing to remove deep sadness from her and anybody else on this call, and so that people treat her with respect. And I undertake any trauma or emotional intrusions into her energy field from any and all sources and from throughout time and space that may making her feel this deep sadness and making her feel that she's being treated as a thing. Because when she stands in her personal power and takes it back and is a sovereign human being, then people will leave her alone. They'll just feel her energy, and there'll be nothing in which to attack her with or to poke her with. So as she said, she wants to be untouched by that. So we clear that all out, and then we would say, you can ask for assistance of your light team to help you do that. You undertake this through the multidimensional layers of your being and throughout all time and space, and then you say, I declare it so. But in this case, really, people are showing up to point the wound that you have that makes them feel that they need to point out to you that you are a thing or not worthy. Because why? Because you don't feel worthy yourself. So what I'm trying to say is everything outside of you is only an indication of the need to resolve a situation inside of yourself. So in this particular case, it's to really love yourself and treat yourself not as a thing, but with respect. And when you do that, you take back your personal power, and that means nobody outside of yourself has any reason to point out that insecurity to you anymore, because you've already taken on the responsibility of standing in your own truth no matter what. And for that reason, if somebody does show up in your energy field and you feel that, then it's really good to do the Ho'oponopono prayer, which is, I love you for showing up in my life, because obviously I needed to figure this out. I love you. I'm sorry because I haven't figured this out myself. So I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me, because if I'd figured it out, you wouldn't need to show up and point it out. So I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me and thank you. And then you say, I declare it so. So be it. It is done. So we're just going to check into Lorenda's, Anna's energy field and see if it's free and clear, and see if everybody else is free and clear on the call or listening to the call. And so everybody that has that sense of insecurity or not being treated worthy has been cleared. If you listen to this call and come across this clearing, you too will be cleared as well. So there we are. So that was the request for Personal Clearing Tuesday. So we're standing by here to take your call. You can phone in toll free, 1-866-369-7464. Waiting for your call. See if we can give you a hand. All right, here comes our call. This is from Clarkstown, New York. All right. Hello. You're on the
Hi,
call.
I am. Oh, thank you. I just wanted to ask Tyson, am I able to see this live on Facebook, or do I wait until it's posted on YouTube?
Well, that's a good question. You can actually see it live if you go over to type in on your Facebook any one of my pages. You'll see that I'm live, and if you know, and it could be the Extraordinary Healing Arts Academy, it could be the Dowsing Energy Healing, it could be my homepage, it could be any one of my multiple pages. However, if you miss the show in that now or in the future, it will be posted as a YouTube, and the link will be back in the Dowsing Energy Healing Facebook group or in the Extraordinary Healing Academy, so you'll never miss out. And that includes, but it's not limited to, the wellness show. All those interviews are there as well. And by the way, when you're there, don't forget to subscribe, and then you'll get a notice of every new show.
Okay.
So while you're on the call, do you have anything you want to work on?
Yes, I do.
All right.
I had written on your Dowsing and Energy. My name's Donna, and you kindly directed me to that yesterday because I was writing in about some help with a very intense pain in my lower left leg.
Yes.
Across from the knee and the shin, and still, it's much less. It's gone down to maybe about a 4, from maybe a 9. So I just wondered if I could have some help in maybe relief.
Sure. So did we do an instant miracle with you last time?
Well, I typed in yesterday. What do you mean by instant miracle?
Oh, well, we'll do it. If you don't know what I mean, we'll do it right now. Okay, you ready?
Okay.
All right. So this is so what I want you to do is I want you to take a deep breath and sigh on the exhale. And on the deep breath, imagine the white light coming through your crown chakra and feeling your whole body with white light. And as you exhale, I want you to sigh on the exhale, open your arms, and give all that white light to the planet.
Okay.
So first breath. Second breath. Well, that's good. I could hear that one. Good. Second breath then. Third breath. All right. Now I want you to say, I am now connected to heaven.
I'm now connected to heaven.
Great. So in the next 3 breaths, I want you to reach down through the bottom of your feet to the center of the earth, to the heart of Mother Earth, and pull the warm energy like a warm blanket. Fill it with a dark brown energy, your whole body and your heart. And when it's full, open your arms and give it to the world.
Okay. And you said dark brown, yeah?
Yeah, dark brown, or just warm, cuddly, like a warm energy, like a blanket. Did you sigh in the exhale? Oh, there you are. Sorry, I don't want to rush you. You're doing a great job. I like the fact that you're taking your time, so I apologize for rushing you a bit. So do 2 more.
Okay.
And 1 more. All right. So I didn't ask you at the beginning of where you were on the scale of 0 to 10, but how do you feel now? Is it any better?
Let's see. I'd say it's a bit better. I mean, I think I started at maybe about 4.5. It could be down to maybe a 2.
All right. So that's the 3 breath technique. Usually when there's pain or suffering going on, we want to try and figure it out. And what I did is I got you busy with your breath, because your breath is where the prana is. So And that's where the life force is. And by bringing the life force and animating your body, getting you out of your head, I call it the 3 breath technique, it helps you ground. So the statement you could say now is, I'm connected to heaven and grounded to earth.
And grounded to earth.
Yeah, so say that 3 times.
Okay. I am connected to heaven and grounded to earth.
Okay, 2 more times.
I am connected to heaven and grounded to earth.
Great.
I'm connected to heaven and grounded to earth.
All right, so that's a great way to ground yourself.
That's great.
Okay, so now let's do it. So you got still a little bit left, right?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, so let's do this. So we're going to use another technique. So that's one technique. Okay, this one I want you to, where are we? Are we at 3 or 2?
Let's see. I'd say we're about like 2.5.
2.5. Okay, great. So I just want you to stay out of your head. Don't try and fix it. Don't try and change it. But put your hand on where it hurts the most, right? And just be there with that emotion. You're not trying to think about it or fix it or change it. Just be with it, okay?
Okay.
And I'll carry on for a bit and then check in with you, okay?
All right.
All right, so I'm just going to move on here and to the dowsing and energy healing. We just finished doing the Personal Clearing Tuesday. Yeah, I asked the question on dowsing and energy healing. I had fun with this. Do you remember any of your past lives? Nobody's told me that they have, but this was really showing the evidence of people that remember their past lives and have taken their parents to show their former husband or meet their former husband or where they were born. And certainly this is not an unusual event, certainly in Tibet, and certainly that's how the Dalai Lama was able to be found, was they literally went looking for him, and he could remember all of the 5 articles that he had in the past incarnation, and that was the way they were able to know that that was the Dalai Lama. So, I mean, this is not unusual. It's just that in our culture, in our tradition, we're not used to that. So the reason I brought it up is, one, to bring it up so people can think about it, but also to remember that when you clear your energy field, that I encourage you to clear not only non-beneficial energies in this lifetime, but also any interference from past lives that may be bleeding through into this lifetime. And don't forget to clear your matriarchal, patriarchal, and soul lineages as well. And you may want to know what a soul lineage is. Well, what I mean by that is you're oversoul. You are part of a group of beings, and you chose this time to incarnate on their behalf and to fulfill some sort of group agenda. And so sometimes that can go overwhelming as well. So we need to make sure that we cleared that as well. So I'm going to come back to you. And how are you doing when you tune in?
I'm good. I mean, there's still some pain there. It's interesting. When you said group energy, I had the most reaction to that.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, then why don't we just do a clearing?
Kind of like a response to me, like,
all right.
Not wanting to carry a group or something.
Okay, so let's do that. So thank you for being that sensitive. Okay, so let's do that. So for everybody on the call, I'm going to do a short clearing. So it'll go like this. I, in my holy name, on behalf of everybody on this call, listening to this call, clear all energy fields of those people on the call or listening to the call, and clear all non-beneficial past life interference that may be bleeding through into this lifetime, including clearing all matriarchal, patriarchal, and soul lineages. And we ask for the assistance of our collective light teams to work on this endeavor 24/7, 365, until everybody is whole, sound, and complete. And I declare it so in my holy name, so be it. It is done. Thank you. So there you are. So I'm just going to tune in. Did you feel that by any way? By any chance?
I'm sorry, say that again?
Did you feel anything?
I did.
Okay.
I just felt it like kind of like a little bit of a release of kind of a burden.
Yeah, I've got that you're free and clear now, so great. So yeah, so you had some residual stuff. So we always one of the first questions you can ask when you have a pain is this mine or somebody else's? And if it's yours, go inward and clear it. And if it's somebody else, clear the intrusion into your energy field. And first of all, make sure, it could be from your children or it could be from your matriarchal, patriarchal lineages as well. So just check. And, every time you clear your lineage, you're making it beneficial for them because according to the Tao, you're clearing 7 generations going back and 9 generations into the future. So you're literally clearing hundreds, or, even thousands or hundreds of thousands. I don't know what the figure is, but you're clearing lots of beings now and in the past and in the future. Of course, there is no past and future. But the point is you're helping a lot of human beings become sovereign. And that's really what we want to do, both for ourselves and others. All right. So thanks for showing up on the call.
Great. Thank you so much.
Don't forget 3 breaths, instant miracle, and clear your lineage. Okay? All right.
So much.
Bye for now.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. So we're standing by for your call. It's 1-866-369-7464. See if I can get that up. And there's also a link here. If you're watching the show, any one of the places on any one of my Facebook pages, you'll see a link that says to be a guest on the show. Click this link, and that will bring you right in to the live broadcast, and we'll be able to see you, and you can participate right on the call yourself. Or you could choose to show up by phoning in toll-free 1-866-DOWSING, 1-866-DOWSING, which is 369-7464. I've been trying to get that up on my screen, but I haven't quite figured out how to do that. I can show you the wrong number by saying the number is correct here, except it's 369-7464, not 360-7464. So that's 1-866-DOWSING, 369-7464. So I'm just going to head back over to the Dowsing Energy Healing closed Facebook group and see what other requests there are. And see if we can help anybody else that was on the call doing some clearing. All right, news feed. Well, it looks like my friend Janet is doing her news feed right now. Oh, here comes another call. So this is from Melbourne, Florida. Hi, you're on the Healing Hour. This is Tyson Bannigan, the Energy Detective. How can I help you?
Hi, Tyson. This is Annette. How are you?
Hi, Annette. Haven't talked to you for a while. So you haven't heard about your test yet?
Not yet. I have a needle aspiration to go through on the 11th. So that's coming up.
Uh-huh. So how do you feel about all that? Do you feel you're free and clear?
I'm actually, I found out it was a past life. First of all, I was a teacher and it was a student, and I did not want to divulge what it was about. It was not good, so I did the right thing.
Yeah.
And I found out that it started at the top of my lung through acupuncture, and so I've also put a patch to move the cyst and keep it on there for as long as I can handle it, and I use some Chinese herbs to move any phlegm.
Okay,
and
great.
It's working.
Yeah, the other thing that when I had a cyst on the back of my neck, as my doctor said, use a lot of high-powered vitamin C, like, in the 1,000 milligram area, all shrink. So don't forget your vitamin C in the midst of that as well.
Oh, sounds good. Sounds good.
So
okay, I will try that.
Is there any?
I forgot that one.
Yeah, nothing like. I like Emergency.
So,
you can buy that.
what's that?
It's called Emergency. It's in a little package. I like to use that. I also use that every time I feel a cold coming on. I also do filtered whey powder, and I have that every morning. And I have 2 Brazil nuts, which gives me selenium. So the selenium plus the whey powder plus the Emergen-C when I feel any sign of a cold or flu or cough means that I'm free of flu, coughs, and colds year after year after year. So I really encourage people. There's no need to have flu shots. There's no need to have to deal with colds. You just need to put your, build up your immune system. And the Brazil nuts give you selenium. And the work that was done in research around that is that when selenium is in the soil, your ability to fight diseases and disorders is much stronger. And they did some studies of the soils in Africa. And where there was selenium in the soil, those that had AIDS could, they wouldn't necessarily kill the AIDS, but they were able to become healthier quicker. And those that didn't have selenium in the soil really took a long time to clear. So selenium has to do with your building up your immune system. So, in most of our plants today and the way that our agriculture is done, there's usually not the trace element of selenium in the soil. So 2 Brazil nuts a day in the winter will do it. So that's your hot tip for today.
Selenium I take with vitamin E for cysts.
Vitamin C.
Yeah.
Yeah, vitamin D is for your sunshine, right?
Yeah.
And that's good too at this time of year as well. So is there anything else that you like some help around?
I think from my own premonitions, intuitiveness, I believe this is the month. And next month, but this month will be the moving forward of everything.
Oh, very good.
And if you could test for that, I think you'll get a good reading.
All right, I'll do that right now. So is this Annette free and clear this month? And the answer is yes. And of course, it all has to do with your belief system. So if you're in your heart of hearts, you believe that it's to be true, guess what? It will manifest as true. So what could be better than that?
That's true.
Yeah, I really like it when you...
So everything, and everything seems to be going well. So, moving forward. So, and beyond what I thought. And should be happening very soon. I can feel it.
So what do you think was the magic sauce that helped you do this big breakthrough?
Well, it is going to a higher forgiveness.
Yeah.
Like you said one time, Ho'oponopono.
Yeah.
And a lot of clearing of ancestral lineage.
Right.
That seem to come to the fore. That we sometimes, like the old saying, we pay for the
sins of our father.
We pay for our father's sins.
Yes.
And so therefore we need to clear that thoroughly, because it could just come on our turn of the wheel that we are to pay that debt, so to speak.
Yeah.
So we need to clear it.
So how long have you been doing the deep clearing?
Oh, wow, now. I would say about a month, 2 months now.
No, I mean, you've been doing it for years, though, right?
Oh, for years, the deep clearing, yes. Layer upon layer, taking things off that just could be tapped upon by any of the darker shade of Annette, and that can bring out an aspect of me that that could be gotten to. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So the point I wanted to make is that, sometimes for people, the dowsing, and doing the dowsing, clearing work and doing the deep pendulum clearing for 21 days. For some people, they're so stressed and it's so hard for them to focus and be in their body that 21 days sounds like the rest of their lives, and it's just too much, and it's really difficult to do. And you've been doing it for literally, I think, 3, if not 4 years, and getting results, incremental results that didn't all happen at once. But, honestly, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but you came from pretty dark places when we started working together to get back to the light. And so I just want people to know that, if Annette can do it, and God bless her, she did the work consistently, I really want to encourage all those people that are really in the midst of it, that, hey, you do get results, and it does work. Just keep doing it.
Yes. Well, there's a lot to say there, but yes, that's 100% true. And I think that you have to, the basics of that is that you really have to know that you're an individual and that you are loved, and that loved by the Creator, and that you are, I can't find the right words. You need to stand up for yourself.
Yeah, you're a sovereign human being.
Yeah.
You're a sovereign human being, and you have to love yourself unconditionally and forgive yourself. And like you said, and forgive your lineage, matriarchal, patriarchal, soul family, and put your foot down and take back your power, stand in your truth no matter what, and be okay about that. I mean, and don't do it out of anger, but do it out of love and compassion for yourself and that opportunity to clean it up for everybody. Now, having said that, it's not the easiest thing in the world, but boy, it's worth it.
It's worth it because when you find that nothing can really hurt you, and you've done it yourself by, of course, you yourself, Tyson, helped, and others, that you are able to stand in what you truly believe.
Exactly.
And if you don't do that, then you are far less than who you really could be.
Exactly. And then you really can't deliver your awesome gifts to the world. And that's what you're here to do. Everybody's unique, has unique gifts, and you're here to deliver it. And if you're consumed by, past lives or trauma or unresolved conflict or an emotional whatever, then you really can't get on to doing what you're here to do. So that's why doing the deep clearing or learning how to stand in your power, take back your power, stand in your truth, really helps you get on to understanding and delivering your uniqueness to the world. And everybody out there is waiting for you to show up. Like, your story is going to be so powerful, and I know that you have written many books, and you're in the midst of, I don't know if you're in the midst of writing another one. I know you just finished one. How's that going? Did it actually get published in the end?
I'm in another one after that. Now the road back home is it has to be finished by the end of this month. So, yes, but it will help people with insights, because it's not only the insight into ourselves, but what we thought could have been, brushed it off as saying, that was nothing, when in actuality, it was something.
Mm-hmm.
And there are the possibilities. I make the possibilities aware to many people that, yes, this could happen, and yes, it did happen, and yes, there are other possibilities in our learning of different types of maladies and different types of ways of looking at it psychologically that people have not looked at. So we're not grouping people into a psychiatric unit and thinking that these things are just fruitions of the people that are in there. They really can happen.
Yes.
And by outside forces. So that's an insight that will help, I hope, help a lot of people, that these stand up for their rights, that these things are happening when they're speaking it. it's not just something, a figment of their imagination.
Yes, and that's
important, because then people will be heard instead of just brushed aside and thinking, what are they talking about? Oh no, this will help people really come to their own identification of the way they think. Not that I'm, not that I'm the leader of thinking, no, but I will make them aware that these things can happen.
Yeah, what you're saying is very powerful, that mental health, in the way that we interpret it as some sort of disease or disorder that needs to be treated by chemical soup or by drugs or by electric shock therapy or whatever the modality of choice that is being used, is really intruding into the energy field of the person who's in the process of doing some deep healing, psychological healing through psychological trauma at a deep level. And to have the support, a lot of people like you that have been through it and survived it, and understand that you can come out the other end, like it's like a birthing into a new way of being, that every part of what seems to be painful, overwhelming, and impossible is worth doing, that it's like a spiritual rebirth, and that it's not a good idea for us to interfere with that flow when a person's in the midst of it. And unfortunately, that's what a lot of mental professionals are taught to do, to stop the process by putting them on drugs or calming them down or using Ritalin or psychotropic drugs or whatever. And you're a living example that the healing process really does free you, but it can be a lonely road, because who do you explain this to in a way that they can hear without locking you up?
Yes, and all I can say is that I think you said this once before, I'm pretty sure, but you said that at the basis, maybe not in these words, but at the basis of all of this, it's always the balance of the light and the dark. But at the basis of all kind of lashing out, anger, frustration, and whatever someone does to us, it is a lack of love. It truly is, at the base of all of that, a lack of love.
Right.
And we have to keep that in mind.
Yes, and that's a really important message for everybody on this call and everybody in the Dowsing Energy Healing Facebook group, is that when you feel attacked and somebody's pushing your buttons, what part of you inside needs to be healed and dealt with? Because when it is dealt with, there's no more buttons for anybody to push.
Sure.
So thank you, Annette, for showing up on the call, and blessings to you. And
thank you, and thank you, Tyson, for allowing me to be on tonight. Thank you.
All right. All the best.
Talk to you later.
Bye for now.
Thank you too. Bye-bye.
All right, that was Annette, and we're standing by, toll free, 1-866-369-7464, to take your calls. So if you'd like to phone in, or if you'd like to join by clicking the link that is in the broadcast notes, I'll show you what it looks like on the screen. It will look like this. It'll say Be Live TV Broadcast Healing Hour. You click that link. It'll bring you right on live, and we'll be able to see you on the live broadcast. A few people have done that. I'm looking forward to people understanding that this is one way to join me on the show, as well as phoning in toll free. So that number is 1-866-369-DOWSING, 1-866-369-7464. Okay, so here we are. We're going back over to the Dowsing Energy Healing closed Facebook group. Just looking at the comments there. Charlie Bergman posted about Raymond Grace and the meaning of living a good life. And wow, that really got a lot of people talking about that they began their dowsing experience with Raymond. 52 people commented on that and said that many of them started their whole dowsing experience through Raymond's teachings. And blessings to you, Raymond. We're we really appreciate all the dowsing learning that we've had from you. You really started us on a path that is really awesome. So we're now moving over to Personal Clearing Tuesday. We did that. And we talked about past lives. Oh, yeah, here's a post here. Research shows that our DNA can be directly affected by our human emotions. This is why positive intentions coupled with positive emotions create a quantum jump in conscious evolution. If you want to know more, then I suggest you book with me a free 15-minute quantum sound exploratory session by using this link. Yeah, this is a quantum sound therapy, which is pretty amazing. I'm sitting in it right now. I have three quantum generators right around me. No, four broadcasting, and these are vibrational frequencies that raise one's consciousness by taking out the lower frequencies out of your energy field. And so in this particular session, with a Sacred Soul Sound session, I would record your voice. And the beauty of this is that I would be able to show you a baseline inventory of what's happening in your chakras just from your voice. So they say that there's more information in your voice than there is in the fingerprint. And the printout will actually show you that. It'll show you on the physical realm what's going on. It will show you on the emotional realm what's going on. It will show you on the mental realm what's going on. It will show you on the spiritual and future potentiality, sort of like, layers coming out from your chakras, what's going on. And then I take you on a guided meditation. I ask you the question, if you could wave a magic wand and anything and everything were possible, what would you want? And of course, anything and everything is possible. You just have to state it. And then I ask you to experience or feel what it's like to have actually accomplished that intention or that goal. And then I record your voice again, and I'll show you that there's a quantum jump in your energy field. So when you focus on what it is that you do want, not on what you want to get rid of, but what you do want, then the universe conspires to bring that to you. And then we do a session where we play the sound that's generated from your voice back to you during this session, about a 32-minute soundscape session. I listen to it with you, and then we then do another look at your sound signature again, and there's usually another quantum jump. So what this does is it clears your bioenergy field. So if your field is this range before, and then we jump you up here, then the difference between where you were and up here, that part in the lower realms is taken out of your energy field because you entrained to the highest frequency that's generated in your bioenergy field. So the lower frequencies that no longer serve you automatically come out of your energy system. So the beauty of this is, I say, call it a no fuss, no muss, no analytic couch approach to change and transformation and conscious evolution that you would like to experience. Then book a 15-minute quantum sound exploratory session. We'll talk about it and book you in for quantum sound exploratory session. We'll talk about it and book you in for 45-minute session. It's on sale now. It's $125 American. It will give you at least 30 days worth of work, if not more. And along with that, you'll have 8 ounces of structured water that make up 8 American gallons of water. You'll have your soul signature, your intention in the water. And when you drink the water, it will hydrate your cells, flush out the toxins, and put your intention in at the cellular level. And so now you have the change and transformation you want from the inside out with the water and from the outside in through the soundscape. So I really encourage you to take advantage of this opportunity while it's on sale. Have this experience and climb the quantum ladder. Become the person that you've always wanted to be. Clear what no longer serves you so that you can show up and be truly who you are. So there you are. That's a little bit about that whole experience. And if you want to know more about that, you can head over to sacred-soul-sounds.ca. Click on that link and learn much more about what that would all be about. All right, so I'm just moving down here. We've got an hour where we have enough time for one more call. If you want to phone in, toll free, 1-866-369-7464, 1-866-369-7464. I will take your call. All right. Just see if there's any other clearing. There was a request about geobiology and the Hartman-Curry FREATICO sheets. I don't know what they are. FREATICO sheets coming from underground. I've never heard of that before. If anybody on the call knows about that, I do know about Hartman and Curry lines, and the crossing of them creates vortexes that are either negative or positive, and then those then attract water to them or expel water away from them. He goes on to say, this is Hosmarth, and he's saying all negatives that cause geopathic stress. What about networks in places that add positive energy? Does anyone study these? Does anybody report? Do we have such networks or locations in our homes or business? The answers are yes. There's negative portals and there's positive portals. There's positive crossing energy lines and there's negative ones. And there's certainly been a lot of study. I'm going to hold this up. Hopefully you can see it. I'll just turn hopefully you can see the cover. This is a short booklet available. It's available in the wellnessstore.ca. It's called Sleep Well, Be Healthy. This was written by one of my primary teachers. His name is John Living. He's an 80-year-old professional engineer and master dowser. And this is based on research by on 11,000 people in more than 3,000 apartments, homes, and workplaces in 14 countries. And it's how disturbances affect sleep, health, and school performance. The thing is that they discovered that these lines that pass through buildings or beds or places where you sit or sleep or work have adverse effects on you that lead to disease and disorders of all sorts of magnitudes. So here's an example of some of the diagrams in the book of the energy crossing over where you're sleeping. And of course, if it's crossing over where your heart is, it's going to affect your heart. If it's negative, if it crosses over where your bowels are, then it's going to give you digestion problems and so on and so forth. And it's great to learn how to clear the bioenergy or geopathic stress out of the energy area where you live, whether the work area or you sit or where you sleep. Very interesting work. They also discovered that in a country, if you follow the fault line or the geopathic stress from one town to another town, everybody on that same stress line will have the same disease or disorder. So say there was, problems with heart attacks on that energy line, that geopathic stress line, then every place that line crossed in every bedroom or place where a person slept or worked or, worked or slept or are habitated there for an extended period of time would all have the same symptoms. So this is really why it's important as a dowser to learn how to clear geopathic stress, how to remove it both from the ley lines and from the water lines, because human emotion is trapped in these fault lines and as arises as geopathic stress, and in the water it becomes brackish over time with stuck human emotion. And as a dowser, you learn how to clear this so that you can create safe places for people and animals. And also, when you do this sort of work, and if you use standing stones, then you actually create a sacred site you create water domes and high energy places. And these were what the Druids identified throughout Europe as sacred sites. And the interesting thing is that when you do standing stones and erect them around an area, then it brings the ley lines, the energy lines together, forms a water dome of a magnificent, clear, crystal clear energy that helps do healings, birthings, and helps clear people. So it's as if Mother Earth and the element of earth, air, fire, and water really wants to work with humans in a co-creative process to bring about healing and transformation. So this is a great area to explore. And if you have any questions about all this, feel free to ask them in the Dowsing and Energy Healing closed Facebook group, and I'd be more than happy to answer them. So we're just now past coming up on the hour. We actually have time for one more call. If somebody was willing to call in right now, 1-866-369-7464. We're nearly at the top of the hour here. We did have a really interesting discussion that's still ongoing about transmuting fat cells into stem cells to repair the body. And there's been latest research that I think it was in the medical journal, Scientific Nature, that was released that adult stem cells, with the help of growth factors, can be then converted into stem cells that then can be used to bring about healing within the body. So, if scientifically you can do this, then science is only an outer manifestation of the inner science of energy healing inside of yourself. And this includes injured hearts, damaged spinal cords can be repaired. So if this can be done through science and then the inner science of energy medicine, energy healing, you can do that as well. So to create a protocol to do that is very, very beneficial. And there's been 18 comments on this, and there's been a number of different wordings around how to do that. So Marilyn suggested I first asked if it was in my body's highest and best interest to do. The answer was yes. I had asked to convert or repair with the help of the appropriate growth factors and convert all of the fat cells that would be appropriate into stem cells to bring about the healing and repair in the area that needs to be worked on. So that would be what the protocol would look like or sound like. I encourage you to play with this. I know for myself, I'm getting tremendous results from it. I know others on the call as well or in the group are also results. So I encourage you to experiment with this protocol and also give us feedback, because this is really the cutting edge of playing with energy medicine and energy healing, and co-creating it with scientific evidence and knowledge that all of this is possible. So we're at the top of the hour. I thank you for tuning in to the Healing Hour. This is Tyson Bannigan, the Energy Detective, signing off. Thank you for showing up, and may you have the best week ever. We'll be back same time, same place, 3 p.m. Pacific time in Extraordinary Healing Arts Academy to answer your questions that have to do with dowsing and energy healing. Until then, head over to the Dowsing Energy Healing closed Facebook group and join us there. Until then, goodbye for now.